crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
Oh my gosh! Man, I hope my insurance covers this.
Wreck you always.
Yo, what is good? Hope it's good. Hope it's all good. Today is a bit different of content. Might not really expect anything like this from me, really. But I made this board here, right? There's this game board in here. And as you can see, we're missing a face that hasn't come in. But believe it or not, we were missing all these faces before. There's some side things you might notice. So we got some faces that are kind of showing up in there, but a lot of faces we don't really have. I mean, if I turn it around, we can start to see them, right? So they're like there in that regard, but I thought I'd just kind of tell you how I fixed this. Really, the important thing to note is how I created the problem in the first place, right? Because I tried multiple times to just re-import, re-export, like changing settings of all kinds of things. And I mean, like by changing settings in here, I did manage to get rid of the error messages. You know, you can just like for instance, you could just delete that. Go to the content drawer, delete all that. Delete, yes, delete it. Just delete it. Okay. And we're just gonna go back to because they're still there. The error messages are still there, right? But do I really care about error messages as long as my asset's being imported? I mean, not really, right? You know, you could come down here. This is advanced. Looking for the one that I think so. So as soon as say mic t space, you can just go to built-in and it'll get rid of that error message. But we'll just leave it all and just say import all, so you can see the error messages. Where's our message log? Here it is. You see, we got the error messages. Degenerate tangent bases, incorrect shading, mic t space relies on stuff. You could literally just turn mic t space off, and that'll disappear, right? And there's another zero binormals. There's another way you can kind of just get rid of that, but it's not going to help you. Just clear that. If it's, you know, if your asset's not really loading in, right? So if you want to see that, let's just show you that real quick. All right, I can get rid of the error messages. It's not going to fix my problem. Import again, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. All right, so we come down here, we're like, oh, well, okay, we'll just turn that off, see what happens. Import all. Right, we still have our board. Go to our message log. Look, just no smoothing. Look, no smoothing. Oh, okay. Well, then nothing should be wrong. Wait a second, we still, all right. Yeah, you see, you still have your issues. So really, those error messages, like for me at least, don't really mean a lot because I can just get rid of the stuff. The only problem is that I just don't have faces showing up. Well, okay, so how did I create this problem? I'll tell you. Here in Blender where I made this thing, we'll go ahead and bring up kind of example board. I mean, you know, don't say whatever. Now, we come here, and let's just say you're building all these things. And delete these faces, right? So before, it's got really nothing to do with extrusion in this case, right? Because sure, while I did extrude to give it a little 3D feel, the main issue was these are the faces, right? These faces are all good. These all render no problem whatsoever after extrusion into Unreal, right? But if I come in here and I grab all these faces, I go back, I hit 7 so I can get a nice view of what I'm doing. And I shift duplicate and I GY it. We move G, Y. Alright. You can see it's not really matching up with where it needs to be. It needs to kind of be flipped, right? Well, so easy enough. Just rotate by 180 degrees, right? You just hit R 180, right? And then G, Y. Now, all the faces you see highlighted here will not be picked up. They won't render in unless I go into mesh. I should probably just make sure I have these faces. I go into mesh, I go to normals, and I flip them. That's all. That's all it is. Go ahead and save that and pull up the other one, the real one. I'll show you because we still have a face that's not doing the thing. Get out of that UV. I was looking at other videos to figure out how to fix it, and to be honest, not a single one really helped. Go to faces because we're not trying to mess with vertices. Just we're going to grab all those vertices. We can just grab the face that we want. So we'll grab this one. I still need to go through and grab all the smaller faces down there and do the same thing with them, but just as a quick example here. Grab those two faces, go up to mesh. Okay. We just flip. Alright, let's go ahead and save that. Let's go back and export it again. FBX. Alright. Go ahead and just delete this one. There's no need to, right? Can just kind of do it and it'll do its thing. Alright. Go back to our Unreal. To our content drawer. Get out of here, all you. Okay. Alright, content drawer. Content drawer. Sorry, my mouse clicks on what it wants, you know. Then we go into import. That same file, just import all. Don't need to mess with any settings. We got this guy. Bring it out here. Well, see, not that we don't have those errors here, and that face is fixed. But now all the other ones are effed. What the actual? Okay, so that fixed that, but as you can see, it kind of screwed everything else up. Let me go back in, fix that, and I'll see you again here in a little bit. BRB. Okay, so what happened there was I still had the import setting on built in instead of the MITTK one. After doing that, I mean, I went back in and I reflipped the normals. I made sure that the normals were flipped, right? Because I think what I may have done was I think I still had all these faces in Blender selected, perhaps, when I flipped the normal for this one, which flipped all their normals back. But I also, upon re-importing, made sure I was on the MITKK space thing, whatever, instead of built-in. I still got error messages, but I have my faces, right? I have the faces for this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to still go in and fix all these side faces because they seem to be flipped as well. That's gonna take me some time to just kind of micromanage all that. Right. So I'm back. As you can see, we can start seeing some of these side faces. I guess there's some faces that I missed. I'm just go through and take a look. I don't have to go through and individually find all these. Sorry. Trying to move around in this is like you're supposed to be playing a game kind of while you're doing it. The edges are there. But as you can see, you know, they're all coming in, and all I did was go around and click on faces and flip normals. That's all I did. So if you have anything like a simple mesh and you're getting those error messages, try to think, did you flip? Because there's a direction to these faces. These faces each have like a direction where there's like, this is supposed to be like the front of the face and the back of the face, and the computer's reading the front of the faces. It's just designed like that in order to save memory. So, yeah, it's got nothing to do with UVs. You can go around, you can look at all the complicated videos and whatnot. But if you're having trouble just not getting any faces, check to see, did you do something that maybe puts the face in the wrong direction? Which I know it seems kind of crazy when you think about it, I think, personally. Right? But yeah. Go ahead and just check on that. Yeah. And there you go. I'm working on a thing for the game that I'm making. It's been a long time coming to this point, I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing Unreal mainly because Unity just takes forever to load. But thank you for checking this out. Peace on out. Peace, peace, peace.
We're sorry. Please continue waiting for the next available representative. Your current wait time is
14 hours, 23 minutes. Subscribe.